Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the official Rotax Max Euro Trophy talk show with myself, Alex Goldschmidt, brought to you courtesy of Camp Company GmbH and MW Race Consulting. Well, what a weekend at Wackersdorf it was this past weekend, just gone between the 3rd to the 6th of September. Firstly, I'd like to personally thank everyone that wished me a very happy birthday on the Saturday of competition. I couldn't think of, apart from being with my family, of being anywhere else, apart from being at a race circuit, seeing some fantastic action. So we had about 115 competitors from nearly 20 different nationalities venture to the 1,190-meter circuit at the ProKart RaceLand circuit in Wackersdorf in Germany. Fantastic weather throughout the weekend, 20-plus degrees, sunshine, a little bit of overcast at times, but it didn't detract from the action out on circuit. So without further ado, let's have a look at how the standings have changed post-Wackersdorf. So first of all, we get to Junior Rotax, and Kai Rielertz now has a comfortable lead heading into the penultimate round of the season at Adria Karting Raceway, which takes place between the 23rd and the 25th of October. 95 points is the tally that the Belgian has been able to muster so far. He took the weekend win and also took a double victory at the circuit. Whilst Valentin Klus, who now rounds out the top three on 40 points, just 28 behind Tim Gerhards from SP Motorsport representing the Netherlands, rounded out, was on the runner-up step. Obviously, we had a person missing because good old Freddie Spindlow had a flight to catch. So had to shoot off quickly and get back into the air and get back home. So he rounded out the top three on the podium. But Rielertz leads 95 points to Gerhard's 68, Valentin Klus on 40. Bruno Mulder's still in the top five, so still has an opportunity to possibly get one of the three grand finals tickets we've got going at the end of the season. We'll come over to where we are racing. There has been a change. It has been publicly made. I will discuss the reasons why, as to why we have changed venues once again. But obviously, it's part of the situation that we're currently under with the COVID-19 pandemic. Freddie Spindlow, as a result of his third place finish overall in the weekend, rounds out the top five on 33 points, just 1 point behind Mulders. Then Nick Gerhards, twin brother to Tim, rounds out the top six on 28. Then it's Nikita Genser from Germany on 26. A further point behind in eighth is Carol Schultz from France, with Magnus Pedersen from RS Competition and Max Knappen rounding out the top 10. Obviously, we did have a withdrawal due to an incident that happened on Saturday. Mikkel Pedersen unable to compete in Sunday's action due to an incident in the third and final heat on Saturday. So the title looks like Rielertz is getting away at the moment, but Adria could change that completely over the course of that race weekend. Next up, Senior Rotax. Well, after Dylan LaHaye's unsurprising withdrawal, there was a few incidents that caused the Belgian, who was leading coming into this round here at Wackersdorf, to have a slipped disc. And after physiotherapy treatment on Saturday, it was not getting any better. He personally messaged me to say that I won't be competing tomorrow. I've had to withdraw due to a back injury. And that changed things dramatically because Matilda Olsson, the reigning and defending champion from Sweden, now has a slim lead heading to Adria. 2 points. So the Swede on the 300 from Strawberry Racing is on 52 points as a result of his efforts in both finals, which could have been very different had it not been for a sudden retirement from Lewis Gilbert in final two. Mark Kimber picked up the double victory and is now equal second on points with Dylan LaHaye on 50. Sean Butcher from Great Britain rounds out the top four positions on 47 points, just three behind the two in front, with Lachlan Robinson, birthday boy on Friday, the day before me, just so happened to take the pole position time for qualification in time qualifying. Two groups. So we had 19 different drivers in each respective group, but obviously LaHaye's accident in his qualifying session, where he went up the inside of Philip Vava from Spain through turn 6. It meant that the Belgian was not able to set a respective lap time, putting him at the back of the grid for all of his three heats. So that changed everything. Saturday, we had the biggest red flag incident I think I've seen in a very, very long time in Euro Trophy, where Luna Blum from the Netherlands with JJ Racing in the 319 was violently thrown from her kart, being forced wide through an incident, which I understand Maurice Schuring went up the inside of the 319. So it was teammate on teammate, and then Philip Vava was just behind, and then I think a little bit of contact. Pushed Brewer wide, and then all of a sudden she was in the barriers and off the circuit. Luckily enough, she clambered back to be able to get out of the way of everyone that was steaming their way past. But it was a red flag incident. She was medically checked over and cleared to race. So she came back and got a 5th and an 11th on Saturday. So big props to her. So the top 6 drivers, which were rounded out by Mads Rees from Belgium, from Mads Rees from Denmark, rounded out by just 9 points heading to Adria. So senior Rotax closer than it's ever been before in Euro Trophy history. Next up, DD2. Again, as with senior Rotax, we had a dynamic shift in terms of the title ramifications leaving Wackersdorf, because Zandvoort Schimmelach, last year's runner-up, was able to take a win in Final 1 and a second in Final 2 behind Florian Breitenbach, who was effectively close to being the weekend winner, but it was Zandvoort Schimmelach that managed to hit the top step and now takes a 3-point lead in the standings on 56 points. Just 3 ahead of the pair of Nicolas Picot from France in the 406 with Dams Racing Team, and KSC Saudi Europe's Peter Bezel in the 461 representing the Czech Republic. The pair are both on 53 points. Glenn Van Parijs still has an opportunity to fight back, despite the Belgian having a massive incident going through turn 10 in the latter stages of heat number 3 that curtailed his race that afternoon, but also put him on the back foot for the 2 finals. Nevertheless, the Belgian in the 419, he managed to secure 9 points in Final 2 after it was a race to forget, having been eliminated in Final number 1. Manuel Attention rounds out the top 5, just a further 7 points behind the Belgian, with Matthias Lund from RS Competition now making his way further up the order. He's at the top part of the second half of the top 10 in 6th on 42 points, just 7 ahead of Florian Breitenbach. Silas Slitter had a weekend to forget in the office as the young Dane only scored 1 point on Final 2. Daniel Mahacek and Jakob Bezel, the latter being the defending champion, both tied on 28 points, with Daniel Mahacek based on his results over the past couple of past couple of races, means that the Austrian is just ahead of the defending champion. We now have DD2 Masters to talk about, and the advantage has definitely been put in the favor of Slavomir Moransky, as Sebastian Rumpelhardt hit dramas in both the heats and also the 2 finals, with Moransky taking a total of 36 points. So after the 45 that both he and Sebastian Rumpelhardt secured at Genk, Moransky now leads on 81 points, while Sebastian Rumpelhardt, who's secured a total of 11 points over the course of the weekend in terms of the finals, now is quite a considerable amount behind on 56 points. Michael Becker, with a consistent showing of 2 4th places on finals day, rounds out the top 3. But the defending champion from DD2 Masters was back with a bang in Bavaria. Roberto Pajewski pretty much untouchable all weekend long, apart from Heat 3 on Saturday, where he finished second to Michael Becker. He took pole position in time qualifying. 2 out of 3 heat victories, which gave him just 2 points to his credit going into finals day, and he rounded it out in fine style. And he now enters the fray with 50 points. Rudy Champion, the Rotax Max Challenge Winter Cup winner from Karting Campos, rounds out the top 5, ahead of Thomas Schumacher. A great showing from Switzerland's Alessandro Glauser, who rounds out the top 10, a 4th in Final 1 and a 2nd in Final 2. Christoph Adams, who we have seen in the Rotax Max Euro Trophy since its inception back in April 2018, is in 8th ahead of Timo Haug. Tom Dessert did not join us in Wackersdorf, so drops to 10th in the standings, just 2 points behind the German. But we have one final category to talk about, and it is, of course, the Deutsche Elektrokartmeisterschaft. Obviously, Micro and Minimax will return in just over 40 days' time at Adria Karting Raceway, as the weekend winners from both categories will get a Rotax Max Challenge International Trophy ticket, which with the events scheduled to take place between the 8th and the 13th of December at Portimao's Cartodromo Internacional Algarve, which will also host the grand finals in 2021 in late January. So in terms of the results from the Deutsche Elektrokartmeisterschaft, a big thank you to them, first of all, for joining us and bringing up a few of the numbers. 12 competitors, majority of them were from Germany. We did have Switzerland, Italy, Great Britain, and also the United States of America represented in this championship. It's part of the FIA Electric. It's the FIA Electric and New Energy Championship scheme, and it's run under the governance of the German Motorsport Federation, the DMSB. So qualifying was dominated by Luca Vloma over both sessions, but the pre-finals also were won by last year's runner-up, but it was Axel Laflamme from Great Britain that took the win convincingly with just a few laps in the bag. He managed to go up the inside of Vloma, but then dramas hit the Briton in final number 2, where apparently it was, from what I understand, it was a throttle issue, so the throttle jammed wide open. Stifter went up the inside through turn 11 in the early throws around about lap 4, and Laflamme couldn't keep control of the kart, was trying to adjust the throttle after the massive spin that he had off of turn 11, and was called in with a mechanical black flag because he was trying to adjust the throttle cable as the race proceeded, and so it was picked up on. So Diego Stifter took the win in final number 2. Luca Vloma was runner-up in both races, with Joel Mesch, who now continues to lead the standings, as the Deutsche Elektrokartmeisterschaft will return to Wackersdorf on the final weekend of September, alongside the Deutsche Kartmeisterschaft between the 25th and the 27th of September. So Joel Mesch just has a 3-point lead over Luca Vloma, who's on 110 points. Axel Laflamme, as a result of his efforts, is on 97 points. He's third in the standings, just 6 ahead of Diego Stifter, with Sebastian Kraft now down in 5th place on 84 points, with Elijah Alessandro Saya, Philip Biskirchen, Valentin Wiesender, Ellis Spiezia from the United States, Yasmin Stein, and Mika Mosika rounding out the 11 strong. Bjorn Niemann from kartmagazin.de needs a special mention here after 22 years of getting behind the wheel, of not getting behind the wheel. The editor-in-chief of the publication managed to get behind the wheel, and had a really good chat with him on Sunday morning ahead of warm-up and pre-qualifying practice. And he said, yeah, the ribs are fine, because he was suffering with some sore ribs after Saturday's action. He said, yeah, the ribs are fine now, but it's now the neck with the G-forces. And Project E20 is a sign of things to come. And I have to give a big credit to Steve Chapman, Daryl Smith, the entire team at Rotax Racing, technical support that were on hand all the way through the weekend to make sure that Project E20s were up to par. And also a very interesting development that I saw a particular senior Rotax driver testing out Project E20 and actually liking it as well, which is a great thing. So electric propulsion technology, definitely much one of the forefront thoughts of Rotax itself. And we're looking forward to doing that. But before I go, we've got some housekeeping. Here's a bit of news for you about what's coming up soon here for the Rotax Max Euro Trophy. So entries are now open for Adria Karting Raceway. The third penultimate round of the season will take place between the 23rd to the 25th of October. Now, don't forget, you can go onto the Rotax Racing app, Global Rotax Racing app, and we do already have the entries starting to fill up. And at the moment, the total amount of entries is 56 heading to Adria. DD2 at the moment is 14. DD2 Masters, just a mere 3, but I know that will pick up. Junior Rotax, we have 9 at the moment. Senior Rotax, which is always our heaviest subscribed grid, already has 22 drivers in the ranks so far. Micromax, we've got 6, and we've also got 2 in Minimax as well. So don't forget, head to rotax-hyphen.com/RMEC, or alternatively, go on your Android or Apple smartphone and you can register there. Entries are still open. The biggest bit of news that has obviously developed just literally within 48 hours of Wackersdorf taking place and concluding is that due to the current situation regarding COVID-19, the season finale will no longer be taking place, unfortunately, at Karting Campos. We have to thank Martin Rivers and the entire team and also the local ASN for their understanding and well wishes for us for the rest of our season. Obviously, due to Spain having a very, very difficult time at the moment, as it was the case in the initial throes when the COVID-19 pandemic hit. However, we will be crowning our champions at the home of champions, Karting Genk in Belgium. So for the 3rd season in a row, we won't be having Wackersdorf for this. For the 3rd season, we won't have Wackersdorf normally, which is characteristically our season finale. We will be crowning all 9 Rotax Max Challenge Grand Final ticket winners, the last 2 of our International Trophy ticket winners for Mini and Micromax at Limburg. So that's it for Rotax Max Euro Trophy Talk with myself, Alex Goldschmidt. Thank you very, very much for tuning in. Look forward to catching up with you all soon. Don't forget, follow the links in the description below for the playlist from all the races from Wackersdorf, our social media channels, our website, which is available 24/7, 365. Thank you very much for watching. Above all, stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see you very soon. Take care. Goodbye.